remember when Prince Harry went on that bus trip with the chat show host of the Late Late Show on CBS? That's right, James Corden. Remember that? It was a strange affair, wasn't it? You know, the fake afternoon tea, the popping up at the former house of the Will Smith filming and all that sort of stuff. And guess what? Meghan, randomly, as if not on cue, fully made up with tresses, popping up on the mobile phone footage. And then we found out that he was called Has, didn't we? Well, this actually was very, very pivotal in the career of the alleged comedian James Corden. You see, he left his big chat show, The Late Late Show, in April of this year. And oh, there were tears and everybody was really upset. And, he wanted to return back here to the United Kingdom. He missed home so much. It was that terrible. Yes, he couldn't possibly stay another minute. But then what he found when he returned home was that jobs were quite thin on the ground. And perhaps the welcoming mat wasn't that welcome as he first thought. He does have something of a reputation, perhaps not even knowing the members of his own camera team on his own chat show. And as we pointed out, the bigger reason was that CBS simply could not afford to keep running the show at that level. It costs a lot of money and it simply wasn't replicated in viewing figures. But it's interesting to note, as I often say here on the show, that it doesn't matter really for these big channels because they will shell out some money eventually. And this is exactly now what's happened to Harry and Meghan's pal. Once again, he's managed to bounce himself back, but not for the mega bucks deal that you're reporting about. He simply landed a deal, that's right, popping up now this time as a radio host on Sirius, I believe it's called, XFM or something like that. It's a big channel out in the United States, not so much so over here, It doesn't necessarily hold the same remit. But what's interesting to note is this. Once again, James will be coming knocking on the door of Harry and Meghan. This is because, as I say, the YouTube channel, the YouTube sort of stuff that they put out there with the afternoon tea on top of the bus, that earned a colossal amount of money for CBS, millions. It did that well. Obviously, it didn't do too well on the TV, but everybody then wanted to watch the clips. Now, as James signs on for this brand new show, of which apparently, according to the bosses of that radio channel, they'll be plundering his wonderful celebrity contact book. So you can imagine the people that are going to be popping up. Harry Styles, Ellie Goulding, the usual sort of people. But the real creme de la creme, the one that they're hoping to get, is quite literally another sit-down chat with Harry rebuffing all of those stories that are in print and on digital platforms around the world. This is what they think the money's worth for. And as I say, it's not the mega deal that you're reading about, far from it. But you see, what is important is, and a lot of companies do not learn, is simply this. Spotify learnt the hard way that Harry and Meghan are no good as themselves, literally as podcasters, as broadcasters, presenters. But they can earn a company quite a bit of money, substantial amount of money, as guests. Well, not everybody, because even Stephen Colbert, that big push to promote Harry's book Spare, wasn't the colossal success that he had hoped. Perhaps so, given the fact that Mr. Colbert is no fan of the British monarchy. Maybe that's why so many millions decided to tune out. James is hoping it simply won't happen to him this time around. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.